What's going on, my lovely people? It's your boy Nelson Bernard the Third again, back for another episode of Judgment Free with NB3. Yeah, I know I'm looking different. My wife braided me up for the first time. My stepson cleaned me up and everything. But don't worry, I'm still Big Nard. Okay, it's me. All right, NB3. But yeah, so for this episode, I definitely want to talk about something that I've been struggling with, probably maybe for the last at least for the last good 6 months or so, um, before I like just had, you know, like a breakthrough, if you will. Um, but it's the topic is, being present, which is very important to me because again, not having my father, growing up, being the oldest male, in my family. And, the biggest thing for me was always, being present, being present for others, and just trying to, make sure your presence is being felt. Um, because everybody don't have that. People may have the financial piece, you know, but actually showing up for somebody can definitely make the world of a difference as well too. And I know that all too well. So for me, I mean, for those who don't know, uh, you know, I haven't seen my daughters. It'll be what 3 years come April of this year. Going through some difficult stuff and everything, and it's hard. Being that I'm a family man, it's hard that I'm a close knit type of family person, and at the end of the day, you know, I still struggle with just being present sometimes. And what I mean by that is, not being around my daughters. I got three beautiful daughters, and not being with them when I've seen them for quite some time, it does, mess with me a little bit because I'm back home. I'm retired back home when I'm around my siblings, all my immediate family, my stepchildren, grandchildren, niece and nephews, moms, all my close friends. Like they're all around me, right? And a lot of times, you know, I kind of being like tap dancing like two different places sometimes. Like I'm present in one moment, especially when we have our gatherings during the holidays or birthday celebrations or just we coming together for whatever reason, right? And everybody's there except for my daughters. So I struggle at times being present at that particular moment because I'm fading to like daddy daughter dates in my mind, right? Or what are my girls doing? Or they should be here, what I'm saying? Or I'm missing out, right? And uh it's like a tug of war, I go back and forth, right? And my wife, when she's paying attention, she sees it. Some of my stepchildren, they live with me, they live with us, they see it sometimes if they're really paying attention. But a lot of times it's just, I'll be kind of like, you know, just there but not there, you know. And I had to pull myself in because like I'm missing the fun and the memories that we're making now, even though I don't have my girls, right? But I still got to be present now because I can only control what is now, and I have to come to tell myself now I'm the type of person who keeps it together for the most part, but I struggle, you know, deeply with it at times, and it's certain times of the year, and it's mainly when we gather, you know, and we got a house full of people and just everybody's laughing and we taking pictures and stuff and having a good time eating, and it's always that void, that void. So I have to, definitely tell myself um to, kind of snap out of it at times because, with the situation with my girls, I had to give that to God because it's not too much I can do about that at this present moment, right? But that really plagued on me. And that's why I started this year off just more so like just more loving on myself, celebrating myself, and not being guilty, for enjoying life given the situation, with not being able to see my daughters and stuff, right? Um, so it's a challenge every single day. Every single day I wake up, and it's very it can take its toll. But like I say, had I not given it to God and kind of just tell myself, it's okay, it's okay. I bought a new car. You I'm applying for my master's program for at TSU, so I can concentrate in psychology, clinical and community psychology, to be a licensed therapist counselor. So I got excited about that. So I'm in the process of applying for that, and I'll be going to Texas Southern University. TSU, HBCU. My first one. So I'm highly excited about that. And that gives me more purpose to live life and just be present and focus on me and what I can control. Like I keep that serenity prayer around me. Everywhere I go, right? So I do that to tap in to pretty much going back to being present, which it's easier said than done, right? But you got to do it though. You got to do it. That's why I take time to meditate and take time on myself and just self-awareness, aware of my surroundings, know when to let sit in my emotion, okay, pull myself out of it, and then press forward, because at the end of the day I can't control anything outside of me, right? So to the people outside looking in, I probably make it look easy. I probably make it look like it doesn't nothing bother me, but it's a lot of control chaos inside. When you see my eyes and my smile, if you look deep enough, you could probably see it if you're connected with me like that. If you're connected with human beings like that, right? So it's a lot of control chaos inside. But you know, me being able to master myself is, that's pretty much a task all in itself. So I cannot worry about or think about anything outside of me, because I have enough going on inside of me that's pretty much a full-time job. So I cannot be focused on things outside of me, right? Um, so that's another reason why, I have to stay focused. That's the reason why I am focused, because at the end of the day, man, it can really mess with you if you let it can really get you down in the dumps, and you can definitely you know be out of whack to the point where people don't recognize who you are, you know and that's my biggest thing. Like, I want people to be able to recognize me whenever they see me, however they see me, right? And that takes work, man. Y'all, that takes so much work, you know when you focus on what you're missing and what you don't have versus on what you do have, you know it's just it's the shifting of the perspective, shifting of the mind, and you got to be intentional. You have to be intentional at the end of the day. You got to be like me making this video, right? I've been putting off just making videos and being more, um, being more like, regular with making videos, but it's just like you can make an excuse not to do anything or to do something, right? You can make an excuse, right? And I'm just like, man, I'm feeling away right now. Let me go ahead and get this off, and this will help whoever's going to see this. I'm that part I can't worry about, right? How they see it, how they view me, right? I can't worry about that. At the end of the day, I have something to say. I want to get it off my chest, and hopefully it helps somebody else down the line. And somebody I won't even meet or even know. But at the end of the day, I'm doing my part by putting out there in the ethers and the universe to let people know you're not by yourself. You're not by yourself, because I thought I was by myself, right? So shifting that perspective and that mindset is one of the reasons why I'm going into psychology, is to help others see different perspectives, right? To be the best version of themselves, right? That self development. I love that piece. when it comes to humans, I love the origin stories, right? And that's another reason why and how I can stay level, even kill, because I love to hear other people's stories, their origins. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be somebody who's better and somebody who's worse off than you, right? So that helps me stay level, not be too high, not be too low, right? So you cannot think that your situation is unique and just special to the world, because if you open your mouth and say what's going on, I guarantee you it's out of 10 other people in your immediate vicinity can be like, oh yeah, me too. Oh, you too? Oh man, I thought I was the only one, right? So and you feel alone until you really open up and let people know what's really going on. And that's when the power start to really flow through, right? Because you in a space where you're being vulnerable, like I'm being vulnerable right now, saying this to the world or to the public, right? And it gives me a certain level of strength because I understand that what's going on within me, right? And also, I know I don't have all the answers. I know I don't have everything, together. I'm not perfect. I get that, right? But at the same time, life is going to life for everybody, regardless of who you are, where you are, what you have, what you don't have, how you raised, your profession. It does not matter. It does not matter. Because at the end of the day, you got to control what's inside of you at the end of the day. And you have to, as days go by, you have to allow outside sources and people to affect you less and less and less to achieve your ultimate goal of self mastery. That's what it comes down to, self mastery. People spend so much time, full time jobs, trying to control and manipulate other people, right? But don't take half his time or half the energy to control themselves and how they think, how they react, their habits, goals, just learn how to pivot when life throw curveballs at you. People just rather just throw their hands up and be like, man, see, or complain, right? But then when it comes to other people, they want to tell people what to do, how to do it, why to do it, when. And I just never understood that because you're wasting your energy. You got your energy focused in the wrong area, right? And I'm real big on not wasting energy, right? So unless there's an actual problem or issue, I'm not gonna go looking for one, because when the fight really comes to me, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. I won't be gassed. I won't be like, okay, I need a timeout. I'll be ready. So the meditation comes in handy. And when I'm out of whack, I can put myself back to the center because I have, certain things and have hobbies and people I can talk to and certain outlets to keep me, what I'm saying, on that level to where it's not nuclear, what I'm saying? Because man, things can get real bad. If I don't keep myself in check, I know things can get real bad. And I wouldn't want to see that. Right. But some people don't care. Some people don't care how they make people feel, what they're doing, how they're affecting others, right? I'm always cognizant about that, right? So that's why I got to go off to myself and have my alone time because I have to recharge. I have to recalibrate. Because if I don't, it's going to be bad for everybody in and around me. And some things you can't take back. Some things you can't unsay, things you can't unhear, things you can't undo, right? And I'm always thinking about that, right? I'm always thinking about that because what people are going to really remember at the end of the day is how you made them feel. Not what you did for them, what you gave them, if you made them laugh or whatnot, it's how you made them feel internally, right? So that's always in the forefront of my mind because at the end of the day, you're going to control you. I can't blame nobody else, on how I'm reacting, on what I'm doing. I can't do that. That's not fair to other people, right? So being present is it's a good way to make sure, kind of on the up and up with what's going on around you, right? And also inside of you, you know, because if you don't check what's inside of you, then stuff around you is gonna intensify some kind of way, right? Because you going through life unchecked emotions, unrecognized emotions, um, you know, not knowing the situation, and that can really affect you and people around you to the point where people don't want to be around you, and to the point where you probably want to even be with yourself. And that's what you're putting out in the universe, right? But you would think is everybody else but you, but you're not looking at self, right? So that's why it's important for me to talk about this, right? Because yeah, life is happening to everybody as we speak, right? Some take it harder than others, some have it harder than others, right? But at the end of the day, we all have to survive this thing called life. And then once we break through that ceiling, then we got to start thriving. Okay. Some people are just at the survival level and okay with that and will maintain that for the rest of their life. But you got to be able to thrive, right? To break those generational curses, right? To break those bad habits. All right. To be better than your parents, to be the best generation. Okay. Until you pass the baton to the next generation, right? That's how it's supposed to go. Each generation should get better and better and better and better, right? But that does not happen if you don't sit with self, if you don't recognize self, if you don't love on self, if you're not being present with self and others, right? You too far, you too busy you looking ahead or too busy looking behind you. And the crazy part is that in either one of those directions you can't control at all. You cannot control what's in front of you or what's behind you. You don't control what the now is. And it's hard for people to grasp that because a lot of people are, control freaks. A lot of people are, you know, just obsessed with just manipulating the whole environment and people around them to get what they want and how they want it. But in reality, it's not going to work. At least not in your favor in the long run. Maybe in the short term, but in the long run, it's not. So I'm going to continue to think about my daughters and what they're doing, and when I'm not, as I'm not around them and everything. But at the same time, I reel myself back in to enjoy my stepchildren, to enjoy my grandchildren, to enjoy my nieces and nephews, and my mom and my brothers and sisters and my wife, and my in-laws, right? When they come gather. So, yeah. So it has to be that way because if not, I'll be miserable, and I want to enjoy life, right? And then people around me are going to feel those effects, and things go downhill from there. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to put that word out there for y'all, and it's still the same. Again, like I say, I'm gonna keep promoting like Zaza Ali, change your mind from lack to abundance. Okay. And for my ladies, keys of womanhood. All right. I give these two books to so many people in my life. All right. It's the real deal. It's the real deal. And then my man Zoe Williams, y'all go get it. Try the lighthouse. Get that shadow work done. Okay. Start that shadow work. Okay. I read all of these books. Well, not the woman book, of course, but I've looked through it and to see, how relevant it is for today. And it is very relevant even in today's society, the generations today, with the technology and everything. And this book right here, man, it's gonna get you right, but only if you're open and honest with yourself. Just like counseling and therapy, right? It's only gonna work if you're open and honest. Okay. And when I become a counselor therapist, oh yeah, I'm gonna be one of the ones that's gonna call it out and be on you because again, life ain't finna play with you, so I'm not finna play with you at the end of the day. And that's how I roll with that. Okay. So hopefully this message move somebody, help somebody. It helped me. It definitely helped me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll end with my infamous motto. I can help you, but I can't save you. All right. Until next time.